Hey, Coach, welcome to our YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe down below and click up above. That way you'll be notified of everything that kind of comes through. If you're looking to win championships, if you're looking to have a messy basement like this, but a basement like this, go down over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. It's the resources, it's mentoring, it's the one-stop shop for basketball coaches. Go over and check it out. Have a great day.
All right, welcome to High School Hoops. Coach, it's been a while. You and I were
Yeah.
too busy during the season.
Yes, sir.
I know. It's been a handful of months, but anyway. So today's topic, we're going to talk about building a staff. And as a, this and everything we take in this is to look at it in terms. Again, this could be for a summer team too, or building a summer staff, but more building like a high school staff or a junior high staff. What do you look for? I know you want to be a head coach at some point. It's like, those kind of things. Tell me what you think, and then I'll delve in from my 30 plus years of
I think it all starts with, if you're a high school basketball coach, are you in the building? I think that changes everything in building your staff inside out. If you're in the building, you don't have to worry about in building stuff. I think if you're not in the building, it's important to have somebody in there that can communicate messages to the kids, do little stuff like uniform stuff, and like if you're not in the building, you need somebody in the building.
And the thing is, the more you can have in the building, the better.
Yes.
So I have a couple in my building right now. My sophomore coach or JV coach right below varsity in the building. I'm in the building. I have an assistant in the building. I have a couple assistants in the building. I used to have my entire staff in the building, which was awesome because nothing happens. But still, I think when you're building a staff, I agree, 100% agree. The more you can get in the building, the better, as long as you're competent, because it puts out enough brush fires to be worth it. Even if they're average, I'd rather have maybe a little average rather than above average if they're in the building, because the eyes, at least coaching boys basketball, the eyes on them is a big thing, I think.
Because you'd be like, oh, so and so, he got almost suspended today because of this and this and this.
Right.
Then when you get to practice, you're not surprised why he has a bad attitude.
Right. Why weren't you in class today? Or why weren't you? Yes.
Yeah. Yes. It's a lot of just checking up on them and keeping them, in the lanes that they need to be in.
Yeah. What do you look for in a coach?
My first thing, and it's a weird, probably like a very specific thing to me, timeliness. Like I enjoy people that are on time, where they say they're going to be, when they're going to be there, from a coaching perspective. Because the last thing you ever want are kids somewhere where there's not an adult. That would be my first one.
Okay. That's one of my pet peeves, to be honest with you. So you and I are on the same page. In post-COVID, I had to retrain them. I had to retrain my teams. It's like, you just don't show up late. We go on Lambeau time. Lambeau time is 5 minutes early. Yep. Clock to the Lambeau is off by 5 minutes or 15 minutes or whatever it is. But no, I mean, if I tell them, I said, the meeting's at 5, you don't show up at 4:59. That's late. Show up at 4:50 or 4:45. And it, post COVID, I had to no, I don't know what world you live in that being late's okay. Like, and do things happen? And yes, then you should communicate them to me and let me know and blah, blah, blah. But no, I mean, you got to be on time, man.
And that's the message we're trying to give to our kids and our athletes. Then the message has to be up top with our assistants as well. I mean, that's
yes,
almost a non-negotiable for me.
Okay.
You cannot not be where you're supposed to be at the time you said you're going to be there.
Okay, that I would agree. What else?
Now, to be quite honest, knowledge of the game takes a fourth or fifth backseat. It goes. Because if you can be on time and you can be responsible, you can be respectful, you can do the things that I value, I can teach you the stuff to run. Or if you're with me as my JV coach, you can watch me. So basketball stuff goes kind of to the back. Where it is, values are big to me. I want my assistants to be interested in the kids, their lives, and maybe connect with them on a level that I'm not. Because if I'm their basketball coach and I'm bad cop, maybe you need to be good cop, and then it doesn't matter what basketball you know. You know, you're just doing the right things. You're being a good person.
Right. No, I agree, and I would add to that. I agree. Values and interests, and I mean they're you know, it's not about the X's and O's. It's about the Jimmys and Joes. But because I can teach the X's and O's. I think a big one, and this is harder for some of the younger ones, is communication with the players, communication with me, communication with the parents. You know, and that's sometimes talking to people, not texting them, not emailing them, like having actual conversations is one of the, and again, I've been lucky to only have a couple staffs up with me in my 30 plus years. But I found people that, you know, could fill different staffs. And I've talked about this before, but I tell coaches, especially at the high school level, depending on how many assistants you can have, and some of these might have to take more than one trait. I think you need a Yoda. Okay. You need somebody that knows more basketball than you on your bench. You need somebody that's a GA, graduate assistant, which will do all the dirty work you don't want to do. And then you have the instigator, or the questioner, or the one that always questions what you do. I've got all three of those on my staff. And it's not bad questioning. It's like, are you sure you want to do that? Is that right? What should we do this? You sure that's okay? Because you don't want yes people on your staff. Because you're not going to grow, and if you want to grow, you need someone that's going to question you, understand. And the problem is, once you be with, I mean, my staff, we're already thinking ahead. We think like each other too much sometimes. So it's like we need somebody to kind of stir that pot a little bit.
The question with that is, though, too, I mean, I've now been an assistant on 2 different staffs. The questioner, how do you toe that line to not usurp? You know,
yeah, and you need and the head has to be secure enough to have that.
Yeah,
person.
Yeah,
100%. I would not have wanted that at 27.
Over here, and they're like, maybe we should have pressed, and now you gain more power.
At 27, I would not have wanted that for sure. But I would have, but I would have needed the Yoda, and I definitely would have needed the GA. So I would have wanted somebody that I could learn from and that knows as much, if not more, than me. And I definitely, the admin stuff is what people don't understand. Like, I have an assistant coach. My wife, Nate, if you're listening, Nate is unbelievable. Nate does everything. Like, I literally think about coaching. That's all I do. I don't worry about.
So once the game's over, your book
done. You know, I don't think about anything. I think about zero, other than I don't think about team dinners. We go through all that stuff, and then I turn it over to him, and we're done. Like we were talking about our trip to New York. I'll get on the bus.
Well, you're not even getting on the bus.
Or I'll be flying, Nate, if you're listening. But I'll be like, he'll have the food figured out. He'll have the hotels figured out. He'll have the forms of the district needs. He'll have the forms of the state association. He will do all of that so I can coach. Literally, that is like, and people go, what? There are so many things to do as a high school coach. I'm worried about number 7, why he's mad because he's not number 4. Yeah. He's not playing. I'm worried about other things. I'm worried about, like, what are we going to do defensively? And I'm calling the Yoda, and I'm doing this. If I don't have to worry about the I'm worried about practice planning, like, every day. And what are we going to do? And what do we got this team on Tuesday and this team on Friday. What do I need? If you can take that off your plate for high school coaches, building a staff like that, gold. gold. Those are really hard to find. He loves doing that. He'd rather do that than the X's and O's.
You have found some good people.
Yes, I've had 2 of those in my career.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say you found some good people then.
Yes. Yeah. Those are really hard to find. They got to be almost, and then he's the video guy. Like he does all the video. He does all the scouting. I mean, now all of it. I mean, I watch tape. He does all the scouting, does all the video thing. Like he wants to do that.
So then when you say you watch tape, how does that work then? Does he?
So he does the scout, sends it to me. We talk. I'm watching tape,
you get
and
your
then
numbers, you get everything, you get the breakdown.
he hands it to me. But I've already watched the team. I already know what I think because I've already started building practice plans. But yeah, and then that's a whole scouting. We can go through the whole scouting thing about that. Like on Sunday, we talk about Tuesday anyway. But yes, that's his, and he deals with the managers and getting the jersey, all that stuff.
But in building a staff, it's very interesting because once you give somebody that much power, it almost becomes a slippery little slope. He
doesn't want to be a head coach ever.
Uh-huh.
He didn't want to be a JV coach anymore. Like he was my sophomore coach and goes, this is too stressful. So he wanted to do something behind so again, always have your eyes open for those kind of people. And the Yoda I'm talking about, which is John, he wasn't even, I mean, when we won a couple of our state titles, he wasn't on my staff, but he was still helping me and still a resource. And I still remember going. So those are out there. Those are easier to find. Guys that are, semi-retired or know the game and want to still be involved.
I think that's the key to semi-retired. You got to find,
he's retired. He watches tape. I mean, I'm still teaching. It's like he's watching tape. He's going, we should do this. Him and I met a couple days ago because we're going to tweak our offense. So he had some ideas and I threw some ideas out and we're just kind of going back and forth. And then we have this whole sheet on Slack where we're basically brain dumping stuff. When I see something, I just throw it in there. So we talk about it. The newest one is, do you foul up 10 with this is the newest one I'm trying to delve into, is do you up 10 with 45 seconds to go or up 8 with 45 seconds to go? Do you foul? Because the only way you lose is they hit threes. Mm-hmm. Right?
Or you miss every free throw you take.
Okay, possibly. But I'm just saying,
you gotta have somebody that can make a free throw on your team. I mean,
you never know. But I'm just saying, there's a point. I haven't hit I got to do the math this summer on it. But there's a point where you can't beat us because again, we don't have a shot clock.
If you come to New York and you do that, though, you're gonna get booed.
Oh, we're not going to pull the ball out in New York.
You're going to be booed.
Do you not have a shot clock in New York?
No shot clock. Yeah.
Okay. Do you play quarters?
During some showcases, yes.
You play halves or quarters?
We play halves in my league.
Okay. What is the state association in New York play?
States is in Jersey, it's quarters.
Okay.
New York City, interesting question because I think New York City plays differently.
Okay. Because we play halves.
Okay. Oh, you guys play halves?
2 18-minute halves.
Oh, so that'll be a big transition for you guys.
I like quarters.
Yeah, it'll be quarters when you come over here.
Because you don't have to play as many guys in quarters.
No. But the hook
can't play 36 minutes of high school basketball hard. No one. No. You can play 30 maybe. So I gotta rest. It's like I'm a college coach. I gotta rest guys. It's crazy.
Yeah, they're probably. I mean, after minute 8, they're probably
4 to 7 is when they start getting tired.
Yeah, probably white. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, all right. Let's circle back. Anything else on building a staff that you want to share?
Listen, the freshman coach, I think is more important than your JV coach. To be completely honest.
It is. It's a forgotten soul sometimes too. I
because
think.
they're running their own thing, and they're out of sight. It's almost like a mini satellite program of your own, that you need to be careful of what's going on there.
You do.
Because if it's out of control, by the time you get them, they think it's okay to show up late to practice. They think it's okay to be shooting when you're not supposed to be shooting. You know, they don't understand the routines and the build.
It's the building of the habits. Here's how you get on the bus. Here's how
Yes.
Here's how we do grade checks. Here's how we do, attendance. Here's how we do all of the things, showing up. Here's how Saturday practices work. Yes. We got practice on Saturdays. Oh my gosh, 6 days a week. Oh my gosh. Yes.
We're here every Saturday.
Yes. It's not. Yeah. So you're right. I think it is a lost for high school coaches out there. It is a lost thing, and you can't underestimate it. You need. And the thing is, it can be but no one, the hard part about that job is no one really wants that job anymore.
No. And so what you need to do is get somebody who wants to eventually be a head coach and tell them that this is their own thing where they are kind of being a head coach. Like you're getting on the bus for your team, you're running your team, you're making your own cuts.
Yes.
You're doing all the things that a head coach does. So don't think of it as you're just a freshman coach.
Right.
It's almost more important than being a JV coach because you're away from me. Oh
yeah. It's a lot more. All right. Anything else about freshman coaching or
I've promoted myself as a freshman coach long enough.
I think, yeah. All right. Until next week, Coach.
Hey, Coach. So glad you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed it a lot. Actually, if you did, subscribe and like, and then go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better.